you will just be moving mountains. You will be going further because now you know that you can, and now you have seen that it is done. Hello and welcome. If you're new here, my name is Diana. Welcome. I talk about motivational content, basically just expanding on a quote that I have found very useful. And I think this information is quite useful. So if you enjoy being motivated, you like motivational content, you just love being inspired in some way, and like learning something new or something to be reminded of, so subscribe to the channel. But let's get into today's video. And today's quote states, "It always seems impossible until it's done," by Nelson Mandela. Y'all, this is so true. Some things seem as though they are at a far reach, as if it's impossible to get there, as if you can't get yourself to that place that you're trying to get to, or that you would love to get to, or that you have seen, and it seems so far reached. And the reality is, it does seem so because it's not in your hands, it's not in your reality. But until it's done, that's what it's going to feel like. It's going to be as if it's impossible. So once it's done, it no longer seems impossible. There are a lot of things that you could think about that you have done in your life where you didn't know that you were able to do them. And then suddenly you did them. And then you think to yourself, my goodness, this is possible for me, which then allows you to be able to dream even bigger. So for instance, for me, I don't seem to find myself to be as creative as some people might think I am. And there are things that I feel I just can't create. My brain seems as if it does not know exactly how to just make one thing into another. I have to follow all these instructions. I have to go by these specific rules, or follow somebody else's guideline, or just you copy. Basically, I can copy, but sometimes it feels, or for the most part, it's felt as if I can't just make something with my own ideas. And while I might have the ideas, I have found in the past that I have a hard time to put them together because it feels as if I can't do it. And so recently I was doing something and I was using someone else's template and just mimicking what they were doing, right? Seeing how they did it and just using what they already have and just putting in my little touch, my words or something like that. And I felt, okay, that's great. And then I read somewhere where it said something like, you won't be able to copyright that thing because it belongs to somebody else. And I thought to myself, oh, bummer. I've worked so hard, but this other thing belongs to somebody else and it's their thing. And then I thought to myself, okay, well, I would love to use a picture that I have taken in the past. And so I looked up a picture and I found something that I liked, and I went through coloring and I transformed that image into something beautiful. And then I started designing this sheet into something else, and by the time I knew it, I had created my own sheet, my own template, let's say. I did not know I could just design. And I know that there are websites where you can learn to design and learn to do all of that stuff, but I always thought, oh, it's something that is impossible for me because it does not come naturally. And when I did it, I was just so impressed with myself, because at some point in my life I always thought it was impossible for me to be able to design something because I did not have that creative juice in me or something like that. But then I did it, and now I know I can. I have the juice in me. I had just never exercised the juice enough. I had never really been put in a position where I have no choice. And I think sometimes that's where it can be for you. Perhaps you're not pushed far enough to be able to do that thing that you think is impossible. Perhaps, oh, my battery is running low. That's strange. My battery is running low. It's telling me my battery is running low. But that should not be, because I have fully charged the camera. But let's see if it shuts off. Anyways, perhaps that's where you are, where you feel this thing is impossible to reach, it's impossible to get done, it's impossible. Well, it is impossible until it's done. The moment that you can do the thing, that's when you're gonna know how possible it is for you to achieve the thing you want to achieve, for you to be able to do that thing, for you to be able to be creative, for you to be able to just whatever it is that your thought process is that is making things seem as though they are impossible. So that's where I really want to leave you with, is that it seems impossible until it's done. Once it's done, you will see just how possible it is. You will just be moving mountains. You will be going further, because now you know that you can, and now you have seen that it is done. Now that gives you so much energy, so much power to just continue on. Alright ladies, before we continue on, I just want to remind you to click the subscribe button and hit the like button if you're enjoying this content, as well as if you would like to support my channel. I would love for you to support my channel. I would love to see your comments in there, and actually if you have any quotes that you would like me to expand on, leave them in the comments below, because it gives me an idea of what you want to hear, and so that I could feed you with some information that will be useful to your specific need or something as such. Alright, let's get back into today's program. Okay, so for you, what is it that you think or that you're feeling is impossible for you? Because there is something. We all have those limitations, or those things that are sort of putting us into a blockage, into an inability to reach them, right? There is always that little thing that we feel we just cannot do. So what is it for you? Think about it, and then just attempt. But I will say, here's something that that I think is very useful, that I think will help you to be able to get that juice flowing. Have that excitement over the thing that you think is impossible to do. Affirm yourself. Affirm yourself that you want to do, or you want to get this thing done. Affirm yourself and become excited over wanting to do the thing, because once you start to get into that joy and that desire and that yumminess of wanting to do the thing, you start going after it, and then you start doing it. I know that's how I was able to create that design. I was in the spirit of, oh my gosh, I want to get this thing done. And then it was thinking, oh, but I have an image. I have an image that I would love to use. So I got really excited about this image that I would love to use. I did not know what image I wanted to use, but I had an idea. And if I found that image, I could use it and play around with it. So I looked and I found that image that I wanted to play around with. And once I started to play around with it, I started to see other opportunities with that image. It just kept bringing excitement. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. If I can do that, what else can I do? What can I add on? And then all these ideas start to come into your mind, because you're excited about turning that impossible thing into more of a reality for yourself. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Give this video a thumbs up if this is making sense, because I want it to make sense for you as it did for me. So yes, it seems impossible until it's done. And trust me, it is possible, because once you get it done, you will just see exactly how possible it is. So get your juice flowing, get that thing going, and let those ideas start to flow. The ideas flow, especially for us women, when we are in this state of excitement, when you can feel your body just happy about making the thing, or about doing something, or about going somewhere. Once you're more excited about it, you start pushing yourself towards that, and then magic happens. It's incredible what happens once there is just happiness, joy, and excitement in your body to be able to get that thing going. So that's it for today's video. I hope it was helpful. I hope that got you excited. I hope that got you ignited enough to be able to get your juices flowing so that you could see how possible something is once you get it done. Because I want you to be able to get it done. You will be able to get it done. Alright, that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.